Success! Oh, hi! Now, in a previous video of Minifigure Monday, I mentioned, that I wanted to customize my Everyone is Awesome set into a rainbow of spacemen, but thought we'll never get every single color for that. Since then, I've done some research and had some great success with adding to it, and I think it's just a matter of time before it will be complete to do exactly what I wanted. For example, I got the orange spaceman, the only way I could get the orange spaceman, with this amazing book, the Lego Minifigure Visual History. It's a new edition. I believe it came out a couple years ago. But it came with the exclusive orange spaceman minifig. So I was very ecstatic about that, and I'm ecstatic about this book overall, because let me tell you, this book, I've only gotten to the 90s. This book is absolutely amazing and covers so many wonderful things. And as I'm going through it, not only am I finding things like, ooh, I have that minifig, and it turns out to be a rare one, or a first this, or a first that, or finding out, confirming exactly which my first Lego set was, or stumbling upon, unfortunately, certain minifigs where I'm like, well, I gotta add that to my collection, and the first thing I do is go straight to eBay, which I've done a couple of already. I had to get one of this guy when I found out the hidden side, the short-lived hidden side line. Unfortunately, I never got into, because look at that. That was shipped to me like that because they sent this in like a paper bag. I was really disappointed, but all I wanted was the minifig, and it's just the outer cover. It's fine, whatever. That's life. But I wish I had collected the hidden side at the time. There's so many amazing minifigs in that short-lived line, or theme, if you will. But the reason I never got into it is because they were just so adamant about using it as a tech thing, like use your phone and get this augmented reality. And I was like, I don't care about that. I just want Lego. Well, sure enough, they actually had amazing Lego. So I ended up ordering this guy on eBay when the book informed me that this is the first hoodie hat piece. So I wanted to add that to my collection. And he's kind of a cool minifig. And he went ahead and came with this little ghost dog. I'm not a big fan of dogs, so I prefer them dead. Anyway, it's a really cool little ghost dog, and it even looks like he's floating the way they have it on a stud there. So I like that. So that's cool and all. And then I ordered, when I came across this other minifig from the 70s, I believe, and it was, oh, this new minifig that came with this airport set only comes in a couple of sets and has this it has this exclusive printing on its chest, which matched the colors of the old school Lego logo. And I was like, well, I gotta get one of those. So I ordered one of these. He's an older minifig from the 70s. I absolutely love it. And this, I was assuming, would be a sticker. No, that is miraculous printing. And this minifig is actually in fantastic shape for getting it on eBay. So I was very thrilled about that. And then, of course, I remembered one of my very first Lego sets and or minifigs ever came with this awesome jetpack. It was Lego Space that got me into Lego, which I was able to, thanks to this book, discover I was the age of 8. 8 is when I really got into Lego with my first space set, while my oldest brother got the Pirates, and my middle brother would get Castle. But I was all about the space, and I remember one of these, so I had to order one with this original old school jetpack that I remember as a kid I thought this was the coolest thing in the world. He's flying around in space. Look how you can put these on the front like they're little guns. You can put them on the back like they're propulsions. I always loved this particular piece. Like, it's one thing to have an old school original Blacktron minifig, but this piece, oh my goodness gracious. There's a particular minifig that they mention in this book that I was like, you know what? A couple years ago at Brickfest, I bought this minifig thinking, oh, this looks really cool. I would like to get it. Unfortunately, I have no idea where I stashed it, so I can't find it currently, but I do know that it's in my possession, in my home, somewhere, and I'm going to have to sort through all of my things and take an official Lego minifig itinerary. Actually, I have so many, I can't keep track of them, so I'm going to have to take an official inventory of my minifigs to make sure I can keep track of them. But I happened to get this minifig right here, randomly, at Brickfest a couple of years ago, and I'm going through this book. I just thought he looked cool, but I come to find out this is the first robot minifig. This is the first minifig to come with a clear helmet. And this is the first minifig to have leg printing. So I own this minifig. I just gotta find it. So this book is giving me all kinds of, hey, you own this rare one, and you own that rare one, and then I'll stumble upon others where I'm like, well, I have this guy. I think we went over here. I don't know if I've gotten to the OGs yet. They're all over. I'm telling you, I have a lot of minifigs. So this is an excellent book. I would highly recommend it. When was it? This came out in 2020. So 3 years ago. But it's the only way to get the orange spaceman, unless you just order them on eBay. But I figured, why not have both? Because I like my minifigs, in case you couldn't tell. So, like I said, I wanted to add to the deal. So this is just making me order minifigs off eBay. But I finally went to my brand new local bricks and minifig store and was able to snag a couple other things. Got myself the original pirate. Yeah. Arr. He is the first ever. Apparently, I learned this from the book. The Pirates theme was the first time minifigs actually started getting extra printing on their face with like beards and mustache and whatnot. So this is one of the first ever minifigs to get exclusive face printing like this instead of just the standard smile. And of course, the first ever minifig to have a hook hand, and the first ever minifig to have a peg leg. So I used to have a couple of the. I mean, like I said, my oldest brother Mark would collect the pirate themes, but we did have a couple of these. But I don't think I have one in my possession anymore. So when I saw this at my local brand new bricks and minifig store, I had to pick one up, and I also grabbed this guy because I could never get my hand on this wave of the minifig collector series, and as a manager of a movie theater, I gotta have Popcorn Guy. Even though Popcorn gives me nightmares because I have to clean it up like crazy. You have no idea how much of a mess Popcorn makes and how much people don't care about cleaning up after themselves. Anyway, and I have some original rare Knights that I was unaware that were what they were. So it just made me more appreciative of my collection altogether and is making me add to them. So from my recent years, I have been able to build up on my space rainbow. I now have pink, white, blue, yellow, and red. And of course, can add my orange guy now. Oh, I guess he goes on the orange one. Not too shabby. 6 down, 5 to go. Having said that, I did some more research on eBay. Now, there's a couple of things. I have a placeholder right now, because another figure that I got at my Bricks and Minifigs, my son got a few too. He was very ecstatic. But I got this robot guy. I just thought he looked really cool, so I snagged him. And he's got one of those clear helmets, but I just love the printing on the head and all the amazing printing on this particular minifig. So this is probably from the mid-90s as well. Original space theme. So he's my black placeholder for now. Now, in the brand new minifig series blind bags that we're getting this year in 2023, we're getting our first ever brown classic spaceman. So I'll get my hands on it sooner or later, whether I buy a whole bunch of blind bags if I come across them, or eventually find one at my Bricks and Minifig store. I'm like so thankful that I have a Bricks and Minifig store down the street right now. And, or get it on eBay. I will get the brown one. He comes with a baby spaceman as well, if you're not aware of that. So I'm very excited for that coming soon. But I did some research on eBay, and back in the day, whether it was the 70s, 80s, not 70s, but whether it was the 80s, 90s, or more recent in certain exclusive sets, there is a green classic spaceman. There is a purple classic spaceman, and there is a light blue classic spaceman, and a black. There's also a black. The black one was from way back in the day in the 80s, so that one cost kind of a pretty penny on eBay, but we got tax returns next month. I'm plenty caught up on my paydays, so it's just a matter of weeks, months tops, that this will be filled with every color of classic spacemen, and I'm very excited about that. It's just a matter of time, folks. But we're already making wonderful progress. And I can order the black, I can order the purple, I can order the light blue, I can order the green, and then the brown's coming out this year. So the brown is going to be the last one, and we will have all the colors of the rainbow in classic spacemen, and I'm really excited about that. So, like I said, that's just a matter of time. And then we'll keep posted. I'll keep going through this book. Like I said, I've had it for a little bit, and I've been reading it like crazy, and I've only gotten through the 90s. They have a whole couple pages for every year, starting from the early 70s where the first minifig premiered, which I do have the OG policeman minifig with the sticker and everything. And I also have the OG minifigs with no face, no arms, and solid leg. But we'll get there eventually. For now, I'm just going to enjoy this beautiful, beautiful space rainbow. Gotta go. Right before I started recording, apparently they just dropped a brand new Ant-Man trailer, which makes sense because I'm about to get pre-sales at work to put up. And I'm very excited about it because I'm putting those showtimes up myself, I'll tell you what. So, yeah, speaking of space, I'm about to venture to inner space. Okie dokie.